I've been earning over 100% APR on Solana's Sol token and USDC using concentrated liquidity pools over on Orca. With the bull run being in full force right now, we can see Bitcoin is so close to 100K. It's up almost 12% in the past 7 days. Ethereum is up 9% last 7 days. And Solana is up over 22% in the last 7 days. I've been pretty bullish on Solana for a while, and in the beginning of 2024 and throughout 2024, when the price of Solana was much lower than it is now, I've been taking on exposure to it time by time. So number one, I bought a solid amount of Solana that I was just holding in my wallet. And then number two, I took some of that Solana, threw it on over Orca to enter a concentrated liquidity pool. Basically, I wanted to make more Solana without taking money out of my bank account, so I entered this Sol to USDC liquidity pool. And you might be thinking, isn't it just going to cause divergence loss, and wouldn't it be better to just hold Sol? But that's not the point of this strategy. I already bought Sol. I already increased my holdings of Sol. What I'm doing with this position is creating income. Right now, it's showing over 0.5% a day. That's probably pretty inflated due to the fact Solana is up a ton in the past 7 days. And it's done really well over the past 24 hours. But in general, I'm expecting to be getting at least 0.3% yield per day, maybe more. Now, I know it says only 2 cents in fees are being waited to be collected. I just had another position opened right before this video, and I just rebalanced and withdrew the earnings that I was earning from that position. Sol went up a solid amount since I opened up my last position, so I wanted to go ahead and rebalance. So the goal is, over the next couple months, yes, the pool might have some high divergence loss, but at the same exact time, I can use that income to buy Sol on dips. And then ultimately, when we do that, it's possible to make more money in the long term than just throwing all this money on Sol at a high price. Now, I'm currently on Sol to USDC on the 0.04% fee tier over on Orca. Orca is a decentralized exchange within DeFi, and DeFi is currently sitting at a TVL of over $116 billion. At the beginning of January, we were sitting at just above $50 billion TVL, and now it's over $115 billion. Look at that. If you guys don't know what this DeFi stuff is, and you want to know how you can start earning high APR on your cryptocurrency, I highly recommend that you check out our community that we just launched called DeFi Excel. For a limited time, it's only $35. There's no lock-in. You can cancel anytime without having to go through support, and the price will be raising to $47 very soon. But we essentially teach you everything you need to know about DeFi. We help you build the foundation, and we help you develop the strategy by going through your first 30 days in decentralized finance, walking you through the process of finding these positions like these ones, and also getting you deployed into those positions like these ones. And of course, we teach you exactly how to manage your portfolio, and we walk you through that. And you have our whole community behind you, and we have weekly workshops where we dive into the woods of decentralized finance. In these calls, we also go over changes to the industry, and we're about to make a ton of changes to this. And like I said, once we make these changes, we're going to raise the price to about $47. So I'll leave a link to purchase that down in the description down below. But I want to talk about Orca in specific, because DeFi has a TVL of $115+ billion, and Uniswap, the largest decentralized exchange, has a TVL of over $5 billion, almost 6. Orca in specific is over on the Solana network. It has a lower TVL, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's riskier, right? The Solana network has substantially lower TVL than entire DeFi, right? It has $8.9 billion TVL at the moment. And Orca is the second biggest decentralized exchange over here. We have Radium with a $2.4 billion TVL, and Orca with $359 million TVL. It's just, the thing is, most of Orca's liquidity, or actually all of it, is in concentrated liquidity pools. Compared to Radium, they have a lot of meme coins that launch over there, and a lot of Radium's liquidity is in full range, and then they have some in concentrated liquidity pools, which means when we're looking for positions like this Sol to USDC one, a lot of times we're gonna find better returns over on Orca. Like I said, I'm in the 0.04% fee tier. Reason being is I like to have consistency and decently wide ranges. And there's some positions that do better than this Sol to USDC one, but the thing is, there's some periods where they'll do better and then do worse. And the reality is, you can go through the process of adjusting and constantly doing that, but our goal at Builder Wealth is to make your passive income more passive. That's not our goal here. But on days like today, where we're seeing super high volatility, that's exactly where pairs like Sol to USDC is gonna win. And I'd rather just be in it and wait it out than trying to just chase the yield somewhere else. When it comes to finding these liquidity pools, I like to use Metrics Finance. So I'm gonna go ahead, open it up. There is a pro version, but a lot of the features you can use on the free version. So I like to go ahead and select Orca, and to find these opportunities on Orca, you can go ahead, select Orca, unselect Uniswap, and you'll be on the Solana network, and you can scroll through these opportunities. Now it says there's 201 pools to sort through, well, 210 pools. So we're gonna have to narrow those down. From here, we can filter down these pools by asset. So for example, if we want to find one that has USDC, we can type in USDC and see the pools that include USDC, or we can type in Sol, see the pools that include Sol, etc. We can also add a filter to see pools that are only giving a fees APR of over 25%, and you could put like lower than 135%. This would narrow down your search a bit more. And to try to filter out some of those low TVL liquidity pools, you can go ahead and set a TVL to be higher than 2.5 million or something. So there's many ways to filter down and find solid liquidity pool opportunities. But today in specific, I want to show you how you can find these pools in Orca itself, because Orca has some of the best navigation tools, and that's great, and it goes to show a lot about their team. They don't just care about building a decentralized exchange, they care about attracting users and having a valuable tool. But obviously you will get more data and be able to go in more detail on a tool like Metrics Finance, because these guys are just focused on building their decentralized exchange. But what I like to do is select a couple different things, because we need to make sure we can see a couple different things when we're looking through these pools. So I'm gonna have yield to TVL past 24 hours on, and volume 24 hours on, and then fees is a good one to have on, TVL, and rewards. From here, there's some settings we can turn on for some filters. I'm gonna turn on yield TVL, volume 24 hours, TVL, and fees 24 hours. The rest I don't really need to worry about. So for yield to TVL, it's showing us the past 1 day return, only using the past 1 day of data. And then when it comes to volume, we want higher volume than TVL, at least when it comes to Orca in specific. The reason why is there's a lot of trading activity over on the Solana network right now, and there's a complete lack of liquidity, which is why we're seeing these crazy returns like today, right? Because there's over $500 million in volume over the past 24 hours and $26.8 million in TVL. That means there is over $200,000 in fees collected by liquidity providers in the past 24 hours alone. It just shows you the power of this liquidity as a service business model. And that $211,000 from these fees was split amongst these $26.8 million. Now, obviously, when we dive into this, we're going to have to select our range. As far as selecting your range, I recommend you use a chart such as CoinGecko or something. But if I'm selecting my range and the current price of Sol is 257 at the moment, I could put my min price somewhere around like 238, and then I could put my max price at something like 290. So right off the bat with this current range, it's saying we'd be getting a 0.55% return per day based on the past 24 hours of data. And this would weigh me at about 59% Sol and 41% USDC. And this is assuming that we think that Sol is going to keep going up, right? If I thought it was going to go down, I'd want to start more in USDC. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do with your money. I'm just giving you my opinion. There are risks to this investing in DeFi, such as divergence loss. But anyways, as the price goes up, our Sol would be sold into USDC, and then the USDC would be sold into Sol as the price goes down. And then from here, we'd put in our deposit amount, right? And then hit deposit. Boom, we'd be in the liquidity pool. If you learned something from today's video, make sure to subscribe and click the bell to turn on notifications so you don't miss an upload. And go ahead and sign up for the DeFi Excel community with the link in the description. I'll see you in the next one.